Hi, I'm Tom Scarpello of Revology Cars, and this is car number 250, a 1967 Shelby GT500 in jet black metallic with Silver Frost LeMans stripes and black Nappa leather interior. Today we have a special treat for you. We are at Circuit Florida, the newest private luxury motorsports country club in Florida. And we're here with the CEO and founder of Circuit Florida, Paul Scarpello. Paul, come on out.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for the introduction. Great to have Revology Cars here, and great to talk about Circuit Florida and what we're doing here. We're a private motorsports club, as Tom just mentioned. We've got a 1.7 mile track with elevation and luxury condominiums, and it's a true drivers club here at Circuit Florida.
So now we're going to take car 250 out on the Circuit Florida track with Paul. He's going to give us a familiarization lap. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're out here at Circuit Florida. This is car 250. I'm with Paul Scarpello. You know, there's probably not that many Scarpellos around Central Florida in the car business or in the racing business. So you might not be surprised to find out that he's my brother, my younger brother who got the height in the family.
I am 6'5", and I tell you what, I fit, look at this. My legs are great here in this Mustang. So a lot of leg room for you tall drivers here in a Revology Mustang.
This is a really cool track. It's got elevation. It's got increase in radius corners, decreasing radius corners. It's just got a little bit of everything. It's a lot of fun, and it's laid out really efficiently. It's tough to find enough property to build a race course near any kind of population center, but Paul was able to pull it off. Paul, tell us what we're seeing.
Tom, so this is it's a little over 1.7 miles. It's a professionally designed road course. Right now we're at turn 3. This is the highest elevation. We have 40 feet of elevation change. We're the only track with that kind of elevation in Florida. It's 116 feet of elevation change corner to corner. Now we're going downhill right now, pretty significant downhill straightaway with a high-speed turn. Folks are driving over 100 miles per hour at this point when you put the brakes down. We're going into our only hairpin turn right here, so this is the tightest turn on the track. As you come through here, you're gonna get some good speed before you head into our chicane, which is a quick turn to the right and a quick turn back to the left. So this is our turn 6 and 7. We have our apex cones that are out there right now because we do have a track day coming up. All right, little uphill elevation as we come into turn 8 here. Then downhill, quick downhill turn here into turn 9. Now you're opening it up to a little uphill climb on this straightaway. Now this is turn 10 up here, is the trickiest turn we have. It's a fast turn, involves some trail braking if you want to really take this turn as efficiently as it's possible to do. Now we're coming into kind of a double turn here. This is turn 11, and there's 2 apexes to this turn. And this is now coming into our I-4 straightaway, which is our longest straightaway of the track. And it's about 1,760 feet long. This point here, turn 12 that we're coming into, is also our lowest elevation. This is the lowest part of the track. Now we're quickly going up. We got turn 1 right here, followed by turn 2. And this is, as you can perhaps see, that we're going up in elevation here too. Again, we're back to turn 3 now at our highest point of the track.
There you have it, a familiarization lap of Circuit Florida. This is so cool for us to have this facility.
It's a very accessible and convenient track because we are 38 minutes from downtown Orlando, 42 minutes from downtown Tampa, 30 minutes from Revology Cars. We're along I-4, and our exit is exit 44, which is just 2 minutes from our front gate. So once you get off the interstate, we're just 2 minutes away. And we have a half mile of frontage on I-4. And we have a couple beautiful lakes across the way too for our condo owners to look at, as well as the tracks. It's a really nice location, very convenient location.
Yeah, it's a great location. It's a great place for us to do testing. There's also another facility that we use for testing in this area called SunTrax that was built by the state of Florida. And so we're able to do some NVH testing. They have rough roads over there and things like that. And then Circuit Florida just gives us a fantastic place to really push a car to its limits. Now, one thing about Revology vehicles is that we've designed them to be used on the street. They're not designed to be race cars, and that's done on purpose because there's a lot of compromises that have to be made to develop a car for the track, like tires. You need really sticky tires for a racetrack, but they'll wear out super quickly on the street. Brake pads that have a lot of grip will tend to squeak and they'll create a lot of dust, and people don't want that on their street car. Brake fluid can overheat in a track environment, and that can lead to brake fade. Racing brake fluid has a higher boiling point, but then it retains moisture more easily, so it has to be changed more frequently, so that's more maintenance. So these are all just examples of things that when you're moving from a high-performance street vehicle into a dedicated track vehicle, you need to consider. And there's so many really, really capable high-performance cars that you can buy right off the showroom floor, and you can get on a track and have a pretty good time. But once you start to become a more proficient driver, you are going to need to make some upgrades to that vehicle to really make it track capable. And even for something like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, because again, they're not designed for the track. They're designed to kind of balance all of those compromises in the best way possible. So one of the things I think that Paul and his team are doing that's fantastic is, inviting people who have high performance cars here and giving them classes on high performance driving.
So we have a half-day course. It's taught by a pro instructor, longtime racer. He's our track manager, Adam Rickardell, very experienced driver. The class is intended for folks that have never been on a racetrack, but have a fast car, have a sports car, or just want to get out and experience the exhilaration that you get on driving on a track. And so what we do is we've structured a class designed for those folks. It's been very well received so far. So you bring your car, you don't drive one of our cars, you bring your own car. When you leave that class, our intended goal is that you leave it now confident and comfortable driving on a racetrack and desiring more. We're basically setting the foundation for you to then build upon, whether you become a member or not. But now you've got your basics, your starting point for learning how to drive on a track, and then you just can grow from there.
That's so important, because once you really start to become proficient, you really need a vehicle that's dedicated to the track, because it is going to be quite a bit different from the street vehicle. And the Revology Mustangs and Shelby GTs that we build today, they're capable on a track. This is a car that your brakes are not going to fade on you, it's not going to overheat on you, but it's not set up for the track. If you wanted to do that, that would be a little bit of a different vehicle, which is something that we're considering doing, particularly now that we've got access to Circuit Florida. And we've had some customers inquire about that, us doing dedicated track versions of vintage Mustangs. So if that's something that you're interested in, shoot us an email at info@revologycars.com. Let us know what you're thinking, and we'll talk about it. Paul and his team are really onto something. This is where everything is headed. You just can't drive a high-performance car on the street anymore. It's too dangerous. The cars are too capable, and there's too much traffic, and it's just not going to work anymore, I think. And places like Circuit Florida are really the future. You'll come here, you're in a safe environment, and you can just go flat out to your heart's content. It's really the best possible scenario.
One other thing I'd like to mention for the folks that do want to come out here, whether it's that half-day course or just to come visit us and see what we're all about. So we have resident members and we have non-resident members. So non-resident members could be folks that live in Orlando or Tampa. You're within a half-hour drive. You say, hey, listen, I don't need a garage. I just want to come out and use the facility in the club, periodically during member days. But we have a lot of folks that are resident members that own a condominium here, and they live out of state, out of country even. And because our on-site condominiums are 2-story townhome style units, they have full residential use. It's just like any other residential community. And some of these units have trackside views. Other ones that do not are close proximity to our clubhouse. It's a 75-unit community, so it's a very quaint motorsports club and community that we've developed here.
I think a lot of people, a lot of Revology customers would be interested. It's back to, developing your skills as a driver. And, the thing about a Revology Mustang and Shelby GT is it's such an analog experience. You don't have ABS brakes and traction control and stability control. It's really you in the car. It's you, hydraulic steering, manual transmission with a proper clutch. It's not a auto shift manual. You're engaged with the vehicle, you're driving. You know, it may not be the fastest car, but fastness is not always the most fun. The fun is operating the vehicle to a high level of efficiency that very few people can achieve. And so to do that, you know, it takes training and it takes practice. It's a nice skill to develop and to be able to, you know, execute consistently.